Kanye West unleashes fury, claims Lewis Hamilton paved way for his divorce with Kim K. What if I told you that one of the greatest Formula One drivers of all time might have accidentally become the catalyst for one of Hollywood's messiest celebrity divorces? Yeah, you heard that right. Kanye West, the man who gave us Stronger and a whole lot of Twitter drama, has apparently been pointing fingers at Lewis Hamilton for the breakdown of his marriage to Kim Kardashian. And trust me, this story is wilder than Kanye's fashion choices. Before we dive into this absolute circus, do me a solid. If you love celebrity tea served piping hot with a side of brutal honesty, smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Because here at Celebrity Watchdog, we don't just report the drama, we dissect it like a frog in biology class, except way more entertaining and with fewer formaldehyde fumes. So let's rewind to a time when Kim and Kanye, affectionately known as Kimye, were the power couple that made everyone else look like they were playing relationship on easy mode. They had the fame, the fortune, the kids, and enough paparazzi following them to populate a small country. But like all good things in Hollywood, it came crashing down harder than Kanye's reputation after that infamous Taylor Swift incident. Their divorce was finalized, and while most of us were busy picking sides or simply enjoying the memes, Kanye was apparently keeping receipts, and one of those receipts had Lewis Hamilton's name on it. Now, before you start picturing some dramatic love triangles straight out of a soap opera, let me paint you the actual picture. Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time Formula One world champion, master of speed, fashion icon, and general cool guy, supposedly met Kim Kardashian at various events over the years. Because when you're both at the top of your respective games, you run in the same circles. It's like how all the Avengers eventually meet each other, except instead of saving the world, they're attending Met Galas and charities functions. According to sources close to Kanye, and let's be real, sources in celebrity gossip could be anyone from a legitimate insider to someone who once stood next to Kanye at a Starbucks, the rapper became increasingly paranoid about Hamilton's interactions with Kim. We're talking about a man who once declared himself a god and designed shoes that look like futuristic bread loaves, so paranoia isn't exactly out of character. But here's where it gets spicy. Kanye allegedly believed that Hamilton represented everything he wasn't: stable, universally respected, and able to attend public events without causing an international incident. The timeline here is crucial, so pay attention, because this is where the conspiracy theory starts to make Kanye's brain look like a Pinterest board of red string and newspaper clippings. Around the time Kimye's marriage was showing cracks wider than the Grand Canyon, Kim was spotted at a few Formula One events. Innocent enough, right? Wrong. In Kanye's mind, this was the beginning of the end. Never mind the fact that Kim attends approximately 7,000 events per year, or that Formula One has become incredibly popular in American celebrity circles thanks to Netflix's Drive to Survive. No, this was clearly a targeted operation to destroy his marriage. Let's talk about what actually went down between Kim and Lewis, because the truth is somehow both more boring and more interesting than the theory. They met, they were friendly, they took some photos together. That's it. That's the whole scandal. It's like ordering a 5-star meal and getting a gas station sandwich. Hamilton, who has dated models and high-profile celebrities before, has never publicly shown any romantic interest in Kim. In fact, the man seems more interested in his racing career, his environmental activism, and his dog Roscoe than getting involved in the Kardashian industrial complex. And honestly, can you blame him? That family makes Game of Thrones look like a peaceful Sunday brunch. But Kanye, being Kanye, couldn't let it go. In various rants and interviews, he's hinted at outside influences destroying his family. While he's never outright named Hamilton in a public forum, people close to the situation have confirmed that the rapper harbored serious suspicions about the British racing driver. It's like he watched The Fast and the Furious, saw a guy in a race car, and decided that was his marriage's villain origin story. Here's what makes this whole thing absolutely bananas. Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's marriage didn't fall apart because of Lewis Hamilton. It fell apart because, and stay with me here, two people with massive egos, demanding careers, and completely different worldviews eventually realized they wanted different things. Shocking, I know. It's almost like when you marry someone who calls himself Yeezus and thinks he can run for president, there might be some compatibility issues down the road. The divorce happened because Kanye's increasingly erratic behavior, his presidential run that made everyone uncomfortable, his bizarre Sunday service flex, and his constant need to be the center of attention finally wore Kim down like a cheap pair of sneakers.
But let's give Kanye's theory a fair shake for a second. Could Lewis Hamilton have unknowingly played a role? Sure, in the sense that literally anyone Kim interacted with could have made Kanye jealous. The man was reportedly suspicious of everyone from their interior decorator to the guy who delivered their organic kale smoothies. When you're in that headspace, the mailman could look like a marriage wrecker. Hamilton just happened to be successful, attractive, and publicly friendly with Kim, which in Kanye's paranoid calculation equaled homewrecker. What's fascinating about this whole narrative is how it reveals more about Kanye than anyone else. Instead of taking accountability for his own actions, the manic Twitter rants, the embarrassing public outbursts, the moving to Wyoming and expecting his family to just go along with it, he's externalizing blame. It's Psychology 101, folks. When your life implodes, it's way easier to point at someone else and yell it's your fault than to look in the mirror and admit you might have contributed to the disaster. And Kanye's mirror is probably gold-plated and designed by Virgil Abloh, so looking into it is extra complicated. The really wild part? Lewis Hamilton probably has no idea he's been cast as the villain in Kanye's personal drama. The man is out here breaking records, fighting for racial justice in motorsports, and promoting sustainability. And somewhere, Kanye's in a studio convinced he's the reason his marriage ended. It's like being randomly selected as someone's arch nemesis without submitting an application. Hamilton didn't ask for this role, didn't audition for it, and probably wouldn't accept it if offered. But here we are. Kim, for her part, has moved on with her life in the most Kim Kardashian way possible, building her business empire, raising her kids, studying law, and occasionally dating people who make headlines. She's been linked to Pete Davidson, caused a whole different controversy, and continues to be one of the most influential people in pop culture. Meanwhile, Kanye is still out here fighting imaginary battles with people who were never his enemies to begin with. It's like watching someone shadowbox, except the shadow is a Formula One champion who's completely unaware he's in the ring. The broader lesson here, and yes, there is one beneath all this celebrity nonsense, is about accountability and perception in the age of social media. Kanye has millions of followers who will believe whatever narrative he spins, regardless of evidence or logic. When he hints at outside forces destroying his marriage, people run with it. They create theories, write articles, make YouTube videos. Oh wait, that's what we're doing right now. The point is, in celebrity culture, perception often becomes reality, even when the actual reality is much simpler. Sometimes a marriage ends because it wasn't working, not because of some elaborate conspiracy involving British race car drivers. What makes this story absolutely perfect for our channel is how it encapsulates everything ridiculous about celebrity culture. We've got paranoia, we've got blame shifting, we've got a completely innocent third party dragged into drama they didn't create, and we've got millions of people worldwide eating it up like it's the most important news since sliced bread. This is why Celebrity Watchdog exists, to cut through the nonsense and give you the real story, served with enough sarcasm to preserve it for future generations. And let's be honest, if Lewis Hamilton actually had been involved in breaking up Kanye, he'd probably be the most hated man in America right now. The Kardashian fanbase doesn't play games. They've destroyed people's careers over Instagram comments. But instead, most people hear this theory and just laugh, because it's so obviously the product of Kanye's troubled mind rather than actual reality. Hamilton remains one of the most beloved athletes in the world. Kim continues to dominate every business venture she touches. And Kanye, well, Kanye continues to be Kanye, for better or worse. The divorce, the accusations, the drama, all of it serves as a reminder that celebrities are just people with bigger bank accounts and worse decision-making skills. They get jealous, they make up stories, they blame others for their problems, just like the rest of us. The only difference is their breakdowns happen in front of millions of people and get turned into content for channels like ours. It's the circle of life, except instead of lions and antelopes, it's rappers and reality stars. So there you have it, folks. Kanye West's wild theory that Lewis Hamilton somehow paved the way for his divorce from Kim Kardashian. A theory with less evidence than Bigfoot sightings, but somehow more entertaining. The truth is simpler and sadder. Two people who once loved each other grew apart, amplified by fame, pressure, and Kanye's own demons. But that doesn't make for good headlines, does it? Celebrity couple divorces due to normal relationship problems just doesn't have the same ring as rapper blames Formula One champion for marriage collapse. At the end of the day, Lewis Hamilton is still out there living his best life, racing at speeds that would make most of us pass out, while Kanye continues his journey through whatever dimension he currently occupies. Kim is building her empire and proving that you can survive anything, even marriage to Kanye West. And we're all just here, watching the drama unfold like it's the greatest reality show ever created. Because honestly, it kind of is. Thanks for watching Celebrity Watchdog. Keep your eyes open, your subscriptions active, and your expectations of celebrity behavior extremely low. We'll catch you in the next one.